Alright. And we're live. It is Monday. It is 8:11 a.m. Oh shit. It's Monday the 7th of May. April, May, June. Sure. May 7th. I just woke up. I think we're gonna pick up pretty much where I left off on the last stream. If you guys missed last night's stream, a bunch of changes went in. It's been pretty scattershot. There's been a bunch of random bug fixes. Good morning, Fletcher. One of the major changes recently was I moved over. There's different paths you can take through the world now. I kind of went over this at the beginning of the last stream, but once you get to a certain fork, like say this level here, you have two different options. You can, for a lot of these levels, if you continue to the silver music stand, you'll move up towards the final level, the silver one. And these other music stands are going to be, take you towards the optional levels. So like this will take you to the scroll stage. I set all that up. I set up the actual unlocking for this. I know this puzzle really well. Now you've unlocked the scroll stage, and you can play these combo levels. So that was in, last night we were working on this cutscene. I don't think I worked on it much after I left the stream. I fixed some other things. So you have this now. Accordion's now available. So that happened last night. And here we are. I think I'm going to start out today fixing some bugs just to kind of warm up. I don't feel like being creative yet. I feel like fixing bugs this morning. And it's high time we do that. Excuse me, I've got shit in my throat. I think, let me see if I can find a repro for this one. Let's open a random level. There is a bug. This level isn't a good one to find it. Try this one. Where's a good level to showcase this? Oh, what just happened there? I think I've lost the ability to undo. Fascinating. How'd I get that? New bug. There's quite a few. I'm adding some print strings every tick that'll say, this will be the move suppressed count, this will be the undo suppressed count. Hey Alf, what's up? Well, I got my witch Fletcher. I wanted to fix bugs, and now there's more of them, so this is good. God damn it. You can tell I just woke up. I haven't bothered to log into Perforce yet. Just really eager to get going. Let's try that again. So every tick, show me the movement suppressed count, show me the undo suppressed count. Well, maybe you figured out the trick. Maybe it just always gives you more bugs regardless of what you want. So what you really have to do is want there to be more bugs. If you want to fix bugs, your game will oblige. Hey Weez, what's up, man? I'm just doing some bug fixing this morning while I warm up a bit. Warm up my brain. Stretch it out a little. Like right now, there's an interesting undo bug. So I'm gonna actually record this. Start streaming. So I've got two versions of OBS open. This is probably fine. What map was I on? Was it this one? Yeah, that's right. Alright, so nothing is suppressing movement or undo. What is my repro steps here? Okay. It's interesting. Oh, of course now it won't repro. God damn it. You've never heard of this, Port Punky, don't lie. Jesus, it's 8 AM and you're already up in here with the sass. Alright. I guess it's not 8 AM where you are. Are you still in Eastern Europe? Or are you back in Scotland? So I got that right. Probably didn't. You were here. God, why don't you just break in the same way? Oh yeah, now you're not gonna... Now you're just gonna be real cool, huh? God damn it. I saw you break. What's your deal, huh? Morning, Diana. Oh shit, hey. It's 3:20 a.m. 13:20. We don't do that in America. We can't count higher than 12. 12 is our max. After that, we loop back around. Hey, Tyrant, what's up, dude? This might be a heavy question for 8 a.m. How do you deal with it when you might convince yourself that the game you're making might just be kind of unexciting? Not saying kind is, I'm saying my game might be. I mean, this is very difficult because there's going to be periods of time where you question that, and that's normal, right? So I would say go find the thing that that excited you in the first place. Maybe that first prototype, that kernel of fun you found early on. Go find that and play that and put that in front of somebody and see if they play it and they like it. Go find that thing that motivated you into making the project in the first place. Because there's something that carried you this far, right? You drew something, you made something, there was some idea there that that you wanted to rally behind, right? There's a reason why you've come this far. So go find that again and look at that. First, I actually think, I'm doing this out of order, the first thing you should do is walk away for a couple days. Go do something else entirely, clear your mind a bit, and then go look at that thing that you had initially, the thing that you were really excited about, your first initial prototype, and then look at how far you've taken it, and then honestly evaluate with yourself if you want to keep going forward with it or not. There is such a thing as a sunk cost fallacy. There is such a thing as staying on a project. Like, sometimes you have an idea early on and it seems really promising and you're like, this will come together, and it kind of never does. But once you've seen the same game over and over and over again for days, you don't see the fun in it anymore. No matter, it could be like the best game in the world, right? You wouldn't see the fun in it. You just can't. You just stop being able to objectively see your work at some point. So you need to kind of mentally reset and then honestly appraise where you are. And there's no magic bullet for this, right? Like, it's just something you gotta get used to doing. Like, it's not easy. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's normal. It's normal for everything, every kind of development. It's normal in film. Like, if you're animating something, you reach a point, especially when you get down into the details, where you're like, there's a vert that's pulling on these frames of, like a specific character animation you're doing, and you get into the really nitty-gritty stuff, and you stop being able to see the big picture. That's so common, and it's common for every field, for everything creative. Once you get down and you just get so into the details, you lose the perspective and the vision. And there's no way you'll, especially if you're like on a small team, you're not going to be able to have to take the distance to step back and really get a look at the whole picture again. It's something you kind of have to force yourself to be able to do. Well, yeah. And I mean, even if you were playing it for fun, if you played a game for 2 years that basically didn't change, and the only times it changed were when you changed it, you'd be pretty fucking bored of that game, right? Like, even if it was Heroes of the Storm, you'd get bored of that game. I don't know. I said Heroes of the Storm. I've never actually played that game. I assume it's really well loved. But you get the idea, right? Like, that's just how it is. Yeah. PM is a hot fix for an overflow error on early clocks that has become a feature. Yeah. Anyway, hang in there, man. add a new system. Everybody has different strategies for that too, especially with a multi-year dev cycle. I think it's easier when you're on a larger team. Well, I know it's easier when you're on a larger team for a multi-year dev cycle. It just is. Because you don't look forward to, like, most of the people I know in the indie space, the times when they're happier when they launch or they show something to other people, right? And you kind of get that feedback, like, oh my god, the world's seen this and it's great. But when you're on a larger team, you kind of get that all the time. Like, I didn't care about shipping Bioshock Infinite. I wasn't eager for the day when it shipped. I didn't care because every other week or so I would check something in, and I was trying to impress my team and the people around me, and impressing them and showing off stuff to them and making them go, oh shit. That was kind of the exciting part for me. Yeah, Fletcher. Thanks, man. You're gonna program in some empathy, Port Ponky? Could you please script up the human experience, Port Ponky? Ideally in a visual scripting language. I don't want to fuck with C. Alright. How did we break this, guys? What did we do? What is the magic number of steps that gets this to be broken? If somebody else enjoys something, it's more enjoyable to yourself. Well, it's more about stepping back and getting the perspective, because you'll see somebody else enjoy something that you enjoyed at one point, but you've been playing the game every goddamn day for years. So for you, like, the day I shipped Bioshock Infinite, I had played every area that I'd touched so many times. I didn't have the ability to sit down and play it, like, as a player, right? I would go through, all I could see was, oh, I never got to fix that, this kid's idol is still kind of broken, oh, by the way, there's, like, all I could see were the bugs, all I could see was the things I hadn't done yet, or the things I wanted to do, and the details, because I was so into the details at that point, right? Whereas when you see somebody else play it, you have that, you're like, oh yeah, I remember when this was fun, and I remember how I felt when I was first working on this space. It's just different. Yeah, it sucks when you, it sucks anytime you have something you really, really care about and love, and you share it with somebody, and then they're like, ugh. It's like, hey, fuck you. I feel like I'm doing the exact same steps, but I gotta hammer the buttons. So when I'm recording, nothing will ever break. That's what we've learned. So we'll stop recording. Delete that. Because we're running out of disk space. How many times have you worked on something to the point where it shipped? How often have you experienced someone playing through your work? Well, let's see. I guess just the 2 times, really. I mean, I wasn't there when we actually shipped Marvel Heroes Online. And that's kind of a different experience anyway, because it's... Oops. Is this frozen? So, yeah. That was kind of a different experience anyway, because it was a live product. The first couple games I worked on were cancelled. Marvel Heroes Online I worked on for several years, and then but I mean, it was just a really long project. It was an MMO, and I really wanted to work on Bioshock Infinite. So I left to go work on that. Then I shipped Bioshock Infinite, and then I did the DLC for that, so I don't know if you count the DLC. That was really exciting, though. Because I really liked our DLC, and I thought the press, I don't know, I just felt like that went well. We really put a lot into that. And then the Flame and the Flood was cool. That was a totally different experience, because by the time I shipped the Flame and the Flood, streaming was big, so I could literally, and we didn't have, you know, like, when you're at Take-Two, you have a horde of QA people playing your game and stuff, so you got all the bugs out, whereas with the Flame and the Flood, we didn't have a QA team, really. Like, we had the cursory QA that you kind of do for console stuff. Like, we put a couple grand into getting our stuff smoke tested, basically, especially for console, for cert. But yeah, we got to watch our Kickstarter backers play the game on Twitch, and we got to watch them encounter all these bugs, and that was pretty stressful. So I guess if you count the DLC, then I've shipped what? Burial at Sea. What else? Yeah, Bioshock, like 3 games so far. All of them were in the last 5 years. The first 5 years was just a lot of working on stuff that got cancelled. I'm not sure what you're saying, Roll Rita. But like I said, I know it's the most exciting part. I don't know how to explain how different it is. Being indie versus being on a large team. It's something I didn't even realize, and I'm really bad at articulating. But I'm not kidding when I say shipping. Like, you wanted to ship, you wanted to work on a product that shipped, because that was good for your career, and you wanted the bonus. Maybe it's because the thing you have ownership over when you're on a large team isn't the entirety of the game. It's, even if you're a lead, it's a part of the game. So like, if you're the lead animator, there's elements of the game that you personally touched, and there's the team you managed, but you care most about the animation. And the people you want to impress as an artist, you don't really care. Like, the people you want to impress the most are your peers, because they're the people who understand what you do, right? It's very important to you. Like, I care, even now, so much more deeply about what my friends think of Kind than what strangers on the internet think of it, like, by a lot, right? And I care when I'm at work, the animation work I do there, I send it out to my animator friends, and I'm way more nervous and excited to see what they think than I am somebody who doesn't do animation, right? So I don't want to say the obsession with shipping, it's different when you're smaller, and when your whole focus is the entirety of the game, and you feel ownership over the whole game, giving that to the world, and seeing how that's received is way more powerful, I think. And it's a different kind of fun. I like to ship Batman and Iron Man. It's actually very simple shaders, Roll Rita. It's all like flat shaded, no lighting. I just drew everything. Like, this is a texture that I scribbled. There's no magic here. This is a plane with a line drawn on it. But it's just a plane with a line drawn on it. All of these are just planes with lines drawn on them. I placed them procedurally initially, so I didn't have to hand place all of them. It randomly picked between 3 different line textures. But other than that, it's It's really not very technically complicated at all. Thanks, Ravita. That's sweet, man. I was thinking about what I want to reach with the game, and I figured out that a good binary metric for success is if there is at least a single person who thinks that game is the best one they ever played. If that's your goal, Icy, so be it, man. I mean, people keep asking me that, too. They're like, what do you think is success? Like, everyone asks me that. I still don't have an answer. Like, I don't know. I just want to make it. Shut up. I don't feel like thinking. Louise's goal is 10,000 copies. Hey, thanks, Romita. That's cool, dude. Appreciate it. I think your goal should always be to make people smile. Hey, Smillion. Glad you guys like the art style. I feel like I should at least play some of the game that's less broken, so you guys don't feel like... Everything is extremely broken right now, so I feel kind of bad. Like, this is crap. Someday this will actually look cohesive and good. It's just in a very ugly state at the moment. Like, what is this? That can't be happening. It's there because... what is this? Zoom in on the water. Let's see. Now I know it's bad because it's not even water. This is supposed to be a fog machine kicking out fog. These are just different particle emitters that are emitting a cloud. This is just a mesh that's in the material. I'm doing some... I streamed this, so you can go back. All my streams are backed up on YouTube. You can literally watch me make it. It's a material with some vert animation offset in the material. And a scrolling texture. That's it. Reminds me of Psychonauts. Really? Psychonauts. I mean, I love that game. I just wouldn't have said that. Like the original one? I like their new stuff. Have you guys seen Psychonauts 2? Excited for this shit, man. That game's gonna be cute. I don't think 10,000 copies is really that hard. I still think there's a good chance I'll never reach that milestone. Yeah, I see. I worked on the new Psychonauts. I did, when we first, what was it? It was after we shipped The Flame and the Flood. We needed to pick up a bit of contract work to, like, get us by, and it just happened to be that, like, we are experts using the Unreal Engine, and the Psychonauts team wanted to move over from their in-house engine to Unreal. So they were like, here's all our art assets from Psychonauts 1. Bootstrap us, show us how you would do Psychonauts 2, take a couple months and do it. And so we did their initial prototype. And it was cool. Like, I got to fly out there, hang out with the team. We did their initial prototype. They did a bunch of, like, videos on our stuff. But yeah, I did the first animations for Raz. I moved their stuff over from Psychonauts 1 into the new rig. Just did a lot of random shit. It was really fun. They are a funny group of people. Everyone on that team is so cheerful and just wild. I like them a lot. If you guys know how to promote a game, let me know. I think that's the $1 million question right now. Yeah, and I think that's cool too, because it was weird. I was at the Double Fine office, and they were like, "Hey, would you like to sit in on a meeting?" And I was like, "Okay." I've seen somebody say meeting with that kind of cadence before, and then somebody pulls me aside, and they're like, "You're gonna be recorded," and I like recorded a meeting where they were brainstorming. They call it a brainstorming meeting because they're making brains. They were and whatever. I thought that was hilarious. But, yeah, they mic'd a couple of us, too. That was weird. They definitely have a culture of being extremely open with development, and just enjoying the process and showcasing the process, which I think is interesting and cool. In their case, I think they do it quite well. They record their meetings, all of them, I think. Some of them go into their YouTube videos, and some of them are just being saved up so that someday they'll have a documentary. They have a documentary crew on site at Double Fine. I say a crew, it's like 2 dudes. One has a camera. I don't think they're there necessarily all the time, but they're there, I think, a lot of the time. At least they were when I was there. Good morning, Numbat. Good luck going for 10K. Yeah. Do you want to share your numbers, Port Ponky? Or is that too awkward? Because, I mean, you've done this, man, right? Like, you had an IGF critically acclaimed game. Shit, yeah. I lost the ability to look at my Steam sales for The Flame and the Flood. I keep trying to, but I can't figure out Steam's backend. I set up a different account for Kine. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I couldn't figure out how to, like... I needed to make a second business, because, like, this isn't part of the Molasses Flood. So I couldn't figure it out, so I just made a second account. So I have 2 Steam accounts now. One is just a dummy account for Kine. And if I log into that, basically I've lost the ability to ever see the Flame and the Flood stats. I'm just relying on Forest for it right now. I can't go look at, like, our sales or push builds or anything. I can't get into the portal. The most important thing is a good trailer with no gameplay. I think a lot of people would disagree on that one, Alf. After 2 years, Recurse is at 2,700 sales. What's your price point? $8. Have you put it on sale yet? You probably have at this point. It's 2 years, so you're at least, like, have you done, like, down to the 25%? 75% off, 25% sale? Yeah. I'm not gonna try to understand why some things succeed and some things don't. It doesn't make much sense to me either. I mean, like, financially succeed. I could say that it's hard to market a 2D platforming game. Even a really good one. The market's been really, really saturated with those. I mean, it's just how it is. The market's saturated with everything now, though, so who knows? The next sale will be 66%. Not making a weird-ass puzzle game helps? Shit, man, I'm fucked. And yours was MHRD. You got 8K units. What was MHRD? That's... Oh yeah, this one. Oh, but there aren't many games like this, though. There's very few. There's like Shenzhen IO. What does it say? Yeah, see? There's a lot of 2D puzzle platformers. So you're just in a smaller market. Sack-like games? I hope he loses control over his own name. Kind of like how Google's paranoid that if we all keep saying Google it, they'll lose control over Google. Eventually they'll be like, I'm sorry, anybody can call themselves Zachtronics now. Zach is a, it's gone the way of Xerox. It's no longer your brand. You've lost your trademark. Zach, your name is free to the market now. He shows up at a party, there's 20 Zachs. All of them look like him, but like a little bit different. I had that experience in Minneapolis. It was super weird. I went there, and I looked around, and it was all... I was in some bar, and it was just all women that look exactly like me. Blonde hair, or like dirty blonde hair, blue eyes, roughly my build and height. It was really creeping me out, man. Like, I've never been in a place... I don't know how to explain what that's like. It's weird. Alright, what the hell was I doing before I got on? Right. Right, so we're trying to repro a bug. I have no repro. Well, actually, let's at least the initial bug. Let's find that one. This should allow me to do it. So there's a bug where a limb can rotate through another limb. This is 100% repro. So let's do this one. We can't allow this. This is not allowed. I haven't looked in this code in like an eternity. I'm just gonna close everything except for this. Good luck, Elf. This is so stupid. Hey, Wheeze, are you still in here? I guess not. I was gonna tell him there's a rough... Jake Burkett did an article recently on how to estimate sales based on your wish lists. Anyway. For each set of... this one. Just gonna add a breakpoint in here. That's a bad place to add a breakpoint. Let's try. Okay, so you detected okay, so I know we're never getting this to be true, which means debug grid world. So the grid world knows that's there. So this should be true. Get wait, what? The socket has to equal 0. Fuck. Oh no. Right. Well, there's things where you need to be able to roll onto the body of a character, but you can't roll onto the limb of a character. too. Okay. So... Basically need the idea of can step up on. It's something that... Anyways, I was gonna tell you, because we were talking about this earlier, the, Jake Burkett did an article about wish lists. Let's see if I can find it. This is just determining how many sales you'll get based on how many wish lists you have on Steam. The idea being that on your launch week, you will get, take your wish list, divide it by half, roughly, and that's about how many sales you'll get in your launch week. So it's not great, but it's a guide for how many sales you could probably expect initially. Keeping in mind that your first week is not all the sales you'll get. Like, obviously you'll get more. But I just thought you might be interested. Right, so I think this will fix that bug. Well, in general, yeah. That's a good idea. Like, you should have, if you have getting a Steam page and getting people to wishlist your game on Steam, or getting a mailing list, that's a lot more work. That's obviously not the route I chose. Just in general, having a way of getting it so that when people remember you, that you can reach out to people later when you actually launch. Okay, but you can't. Okay, good. I can't. Good. Okay. It's all right. Okay, that bug is crushed. Sorry, I just got a message from work. Okay. I think the wish lists I would get now would be so much lower than the amount of people I could reach when I reach out to some Twitch friends. Perhaps try my luck at getting some coverage from a YouTuber or two. Also, I have this fear of presenting my game when it's not the best it can be. Maybe I should really get over that. You're talking to the wrong person about marketing. I don't know shit about YouTube or Twitch, clearly. Like, at all. I still think this is weird. I'll probably always think this is weird. It's like having a phone call, but with a lag, but with a bunch of people you don't know. And I feel ya, showing the game like this when it's all broken and shit is real painful. It sucks. So, I agree. I'm clearly not marketing this very well either. I did a trailer. That's all I got. And I know it matters, right? I don't know, good luck. Wish I could help. Alright, I want to get this to break again. Because... I don't have any repro here. Damn it. Okay, so there's definitely another bug too, which is, if I rotate quickly enough, I can rotate through things. Quickly enough being, like, if I lag out, basically. you can rotate a limb through things. So the example you saw earlier of this going through there sometimes. There, got it. That'll happen not just here, but to like walls and things too. So like I should be able to, maybe a lower wall would be easier. My marketing involves a fragrance to go along with the game. We're like going into the brick and mortar, are we, Numbat? Alright. I mean, I assume I know why that's happening, and I assume it's... I don't usually get crashes on engine startup. That's unusual. Though maybe you're messing with the code for the engine? So maybe in the case of something really lagging out, that's weird. That's crazy, Weez. Somehow I've never gotten that. I feel like I'm cursed. Should always do one last check. This is a hard one to debug. Because it's intermittent. Let's say every time you go, let's just print a bunch of shit. I need to do that. No, it's not this. Started working on a game where you have to develop games for a fictional 8-bit console and assembler. Sounds good, Wheeze. It's a lot of games about developing games. It's kind of funny. Process is fun. Anyway, it's an interesting thought experiment. So, like, yeah, this literally won't matter for you. something I didn't think about. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, you did. At some point, it knew that this limb was entering there, and it did it anyway. Oh, shit, that's not good. Guess that was the real reason. Oh. What happened? Infinite loop. Sorry, infinite loop. Okay, grid index. If I can do that again. Oh, I'm just hammering buttons to see if I can break the game. Poor Punky. And I don't have proper, like, effects for, what do you call it? Like hit effects in yet. That'll be a fun stream when I do that. Also, like in general, death is kind of dumb right now. Hey Jonas, what's up, man? Well, I mean, I got the one bug, so that's good, I guess. Let's check that in. Buddy got into a bug over here. Oh, wrong level. Is it this level? It's my friend. Maybe the weird camera bugs. The other thing is sometimes you fix, like I fixed a couple camera bugs, so maybe these other bugs are magically fixed as well. Feels kind of stable. Guess I'll repro that. repro that. There's a lot of random polish tasks. Here's what we could do. So you go through and you play the game, and as you play through you unlock different levels, right? Like this is obviously a crazy state because I've been cheating constantly to unlock all the levels. But you'll get into a state sometimes where, like, this for instance. You've unlocked the scrolls. Like you've done one of the 2 unlocks necessary to get this stage open, right? And this stage being the scroll stage. So, assuming you can't dev mode cheat, I need a way of saying that this is half unlocked. I don't know what I want that to look like yet. That's a pretty big question. Hey Eric's group, what's up, man? Put padlocks on it? I was thinking it'd be more like you'd see the star half filled, though I don't think I want a star full. Like the permanent solution isn't just star. Also, this is still really temporary, right? Like the ribbons aren't really solid yet. I still know what the stage is going to be. It's just a black box for now. Oh my god, there's so much work to do. Ugh. Alright, I think I'm gonna take a break. Yeah, 2 padlocks. No. It's just, there's already so much clutter in the UI, you know? I think I want more clutter. I do think I want coffee, though. Good morning, Tom. What's up, man? Yeah. I thought bugs would warm up my brain, but my brain is still cold. Got a case of cold brain. I think coffee is required. I think I'm gonna take off for a bit and I'll come back later. I have to run some errands anyway, so I might go do that this morning. Alright. Have a nice day, guys. I'll be back later today. Crush it, Louise. Good luck with Steam stuff. Later, Tom. Oh wait, I should host somebody. Who's around? Nobody. Alright, well, Later.